Hey, folks.
Guys.
Hey, welcome to episode 10 of the Weird Turn Pro. That was kind of weird at the beginning there. I'm Mo Strummel here in Nashville.
I'm Jason Winfield in Lamont, PA, and today with we have one of my favorite songwriters, the lovely Miss Rose.
Well, thank you, Jason. So good to be here. You guys
How are
hear
you
me
doing?
fine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, good. I fussing with things right now. Good. It's I took the day off, so it's been kind of chill, so I could be, relaxed.
That's
Not
a
all
good
messed
thing.
up for you dudes. Yeah.
So by taking the day off, you mean you just stayed home?
Yeah. And since I work from home, it's feels a lot.
You just got to turn on the computer for what you wanted to turn the computer on for.
Got it.
Correct. I got to play
Nice.
around with this little microphone stuff
Right?
and
And you got a new
yeah.
system since the last time you were with us?
Well, yeah, I did. Always happy to talk about new stuff,
New
tech,
gear. Yeah.
gig. What do you call it? Kit. I got a new thing to plug in my microphone to, a Focusrite Scarlett. So
Right?
that's helped a lot. I got a new. I'm gonna try to do this. A new
Oh,
capo, a company
Colorado
Ooh.
capo.
Colorado capo, and it's a little. I can't spin it. Oh well. Um, Made by some guys that I met through a group of Martin guitar players called the Unofficial Martin Guitar Forum. And what's nice about it is it doesn't get in the way as much on your hand for the chords that are close to the capo. So it's an
Nice.
awesome piece of
Ah.
kit.
Cool. There you
So
Oh,
go.
we'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
New products from Rose.
yeah, that's what happens when you're home. Is sort of they say, oh, you'll save so much money on commuting. You don't have to pay for gas. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
Amazon.
You're buying everything online.
Gear,
It's just yeah.
gear.
So here, take my
Uh,
money, please. So,
That's a
but thanks for
capo.
having me,
Well, we're
guys.
gonna we're gonna get into the music real quick here, but first I want to talk. Show us the donation slate there, John. Last week we had a very special show with Charles Dumas. We learned a lot on the show, and he's working on a new project about Willie Dixon and the birth of the Chicago blues. And as part of that, we tied it into a lot of um, the stuff that's going on around the country right now. So we want to put this slate back up again, just to remind people that people still need your help. These are some of the places you can go and check out. Go and do your research, find something you like, and let's help people out while we can, and while the struggle continues here to make sure that everybody is treated equally. All right. And then let's go ahead and lose that. And you can always take a picture of that with your camera. We might throw that back up, but let's. I'll turn it back over to Jason. Let's get back to the
Yeah.
music. Here we go.
Let's hear what you have, Rose. What do we have this week?
Well, as I've probably told you guys, I'm not a prolific songwriter because I'm not, and I'm not. So there. Um, but I was thinking all this time with the quarantine, which for me is exactly just like work. I haven't done anything creative because I don't have any extra time really between
Right.
working and Amazon, and so I said, you better write a song. So I said, what am I going to write a song? I said, it doesn't even have to be a good song. Just go and write a song. So this was inspired by a woman I had played with for a very short time, Celia Wyckoff, who's down in Asheville, North Carolina. And she's an awesome bluegrass bass player. So it's called Going Down to Asheville.
Awesome.
Going down to Asheville, gonna find me a song. Going down to Asheville, gonna find me a song. Where old guitars and mandolins and the fiddles play along. Celia on stand-up bass, you know you can't go wrong. Going down to Asheville, gonna find me a song. Going down to Asheville, where the high and lonesome rains. Going down to Asheville, where the high lonesome reigns. Throw away my winter coat, buy me brand new strings. Leave behind my worried mind, let this old heart sing. Going down Asheville, where the high lonesome reigns. Driving down the Blue Ridge to the Smoky Mountain haze. You hear the music in the wind, the promise of a better day. When I get to Asheville, you know I'm gonna stay. Going down to Asheville, gonna find me a song. Going down to Asheville, gonna find me a song. With old guitars and mandolins and the fiddles play along. And Celia on the stand-up bass, you know you can't go wrong. Going down to Asheville, gonna find me a song. Going down to Asheville, gonna find me a song. There you go.
That is a great song.
Well, thank
job.
you.
Good job.
I forgot to scroll my lyrics on that, so it's one of those. Oh my gosh, I'm through the first verse and I have no idea what's coming up. So yeah.
That's the trouble with new
Yeah.
songs, right? It takes you a little while to learn your own song.
Yes, and it's not just my song. Jason and I wrote that. Jason helped me with the, especially with the bridge.
Yeah.
So which I forgot. I'm sorry. It was supposed to be a little better than that for Jason, but
Not a problem.
we'll get
Not
it.
a problem. It sounded
We'll
good.
get it.
Sounded good. It's good to see it on its feet.
Yes, yeah. It's nice to actually finish something because a
And
lot
it-
of times songs are hard to get all the way through.
And you can feel the breeze as you're driving through the mountains when you're listening to it. So that's
So it's not like 90 degrees in my house right now. Yes, feel the mountain. But
Well, the last
what's-
time we talked, you were complaining about how cold it was. So, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, just never satisfied. I know that. You know that. So
Before we move on, I just want to give somebody a plug here. So tonight, right after us, I think it's 6:30 Central, probably 7:30 Eastern. There's a tribute to John Prine called Picture Show that's going to be simulcast also on YouTube and I believe Facebook. You can go to the site and figure it out, though. I put a QR code on there so you could just scan it. Anybody who's watching can scan it later in the replay and go to the site. But there are going to be a ton of artists on this. So I would highly recommend this. John Prine, one of the great songwriters in America, period. So just wanted to give that show a plug while we're on here.
looking forward to that. So, should we move on to the next song?
hey, I'm here. I'm here all night.
Well, tell us about the next one.
What do you want
play
to tell us about it?
I want to tell you, this is actually the first song I wrote. This is a song that I played the last time I was with you guys, but then my phone died and then my headphones fell off. So every time I've tried to record this song, something has gone wrong. So it seemed to fit the theme. But I wrote this for Ernie Oberman, who owned the bar The First, and with whom I sang for about 4 years. So he played banjo, and I loved him. So the name of the song is "Sing Banjo Man Sing." Well, it's Saturday night in a tavern, in a basement as dark as a cavern. You can come as you are, drink your beer from a jar, meet your old friends or make you some new. If it's early, you might get a table. If it's late, we'll make a room at the bar. When the band starts to playing and the crowd gets to swaying, The best seat is right where you are. So sing, banjo man, sing. Play a song on your old silver strings. Raise a glass in the air, wash away all your cares, and together our voices will ring. When we sing with the banjo man, sing. Now the songs, they might seem old-fashioned, but we sing 'em out loud with a passion. Though the cowbells offbeat, the washboard sounds sweet on Rocky Top and Old Mountain Dew. Side by side, we'll all raise a ruckus, singing hits from before we were born. Bring a tear to your eye with an Irish lullaby, and smile with that old unicorn. So sing, banjo man, sing. Play a song on your old silver strings. Raise a glass in the air, wash away all your cares, and together our voices will ring. When we sing with the banjo man, sing. Faded pictures on the wall tell a story in the smile of a man in his glory. With a beer and a song, we all now belong to a family that forever lives on. So tip your waitress and don't forget the bartenders. Last call by around for the band. Then it's a mama Domalano and over the rainbow. One more song till we all meet again. So sing, banjo man, sing. Play a song on your old silver strings. Raise a glass in the air, wash away all your cares, and together our voices will ring. When we sing with the banjo man, sing with the banjo man, sing with the banjo man, sing. Sing with the banjo man, sing.
Very well done.
I saw Jason playing with his microphone.
Ah.
Rose, that's like, I mean, just so everybody knows, I mean, that playing down there, all those years that was a pretty incredible experience. I mean, I don't think I've ever
Yes, it
seen,
was.
there's only one other place in the world I've even seen anything close to that, and it was in Pittsburgh at the old Bimbo's place. But,
Okay.
but the first family was, a 40-year institution, more than
Yeah.
40 years, I guess,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
guessing at
Yeah.
this point. And I actually got to play bass on that song, I think, when we went. You sang that at Ernie's Memorial down there, I think.
Yes. Yes, with
And
my
did,
little
did you
ukulele.
sing it at the reunion?
I did. That was one of the places I
Right.
forgot it, like a lot of it,
Yeah.
which was,
But
no one could hear.
I did get to play some bass on that, and it was I mean, that song, like, you're basically singing an entire Saturday night in that song,
Yeah.
compressed down to a song about Ernie.
Yep.
And it's pretty amazing when you think about it.
Yeah, it was one of
It's,
those.
I mean,
Write
it's hard
what
to
you know.
explain to people what that experience. Yeah, but it's hard to explain. How do you explain that experience to people? Because I know what it's like trying to explain it. How do you explain it?
You know, it's like it's like summer camp on beer. You know, it's you sing along. You're singing. It's these sing along old songs that your parents would sing. There used to be a band down the shore called the Red Garter Band when I was in like grade school, and they'd go for like fundraisers. Like you bring them in for a school fundraiser, and they sang a lot of those songs. Now they had the tuba but they had the banjo.
Right.
You know, it was kind of like although they had some other and a trombone too, but it was still that same basic sing along. You know, side by side, and just have a good time, as opposed to look at me, I'm a star, I'm singing for you.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it was just sort of like a place where the crowd was the attraction.
Right.
So, you know, so
Yeah.
and plus
That's a
there was
really good way to put it.
yeah,
Actually.
plus there were three banjos on the stage at one time, which is not legal in most states. So
Yes,
we had a good time.
exactly.
So
Not most states. No.
no, no,
Yeah,
no.
it used to get pretty packed in there for those nights, and it was
Yes, back before the
and
fire
it
codes. Yes.
yeah. Yeah, I used to look at the door that was on the side and all the people that were between the stage and the door. And I used to come
Hmm.
home and tell my wife, who's our producer, by the way, Jones on the other side of the table.
Hey,
I used to
Joan.
tell her, I actually used to tell her if there's a fire in there, I'm not getting out. I'm just telling you, I'm on the stage. I'm too
So
far
you
from the
Yes.
know.
door.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually brought my parents down there. See one of my many senior years at Penn State, and I have a long, long academic career. Most of them spent in junior year, and so I brought them down, and they had a good time. They're singing along, but my dad was looking around. He says, "This is a fire trap. There's like open wires on the ceiling, you know, some foam tacked up, and it's just and that was back before they did the things changed. They started enforcing the fire code and changed some
Right.
of that. But some of the DIY wiring that was down there had him like apoplectic. I don't know the word for it, but he's like, I think I'll go close. The guys at the back door, we'll stand with them. So
Now, were you
Wow.
there? Were you there? Were you there when the stage was not where it is right now?
yes,
Like
I was
in the
there,
configuration, were you off to the corner or on the
off in
other
the
side
corner.
of the bar? Okay.
Off at the time, left hand, the bar kind of stuck out. First, when he came in, the bar
Right.
was 90 degrees from where it is now. So we were kind of back
Right.
in the corner, and they had like a railing in front of us, a wooden railing, and a bed railing at the end. So we were pretty locked in there. So no, we weren't going anywhere. It was good. It was kind of Blues Brothery because it kept people
Yeah.
back
It
too.
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it was like don't come on the stage.
That's funny.
Right.
So,
That's
but
fantastic.
Yeah.
good time.
Those were the days.
My
That is.
friends, we thought they'd never end.
I think Jason wants to bring up our
Yeah.
socially distant guitar pool
Socially.
that
Yeah.
we had.
We're. Yes. We were mentioned that we had heard the first song Rose played.
Mhm.
But she played some of that, and we worked on it when we had a socially distant guitar pull about
Yes.
2 weeks ago, two
Yeah,
and a
I
half
think
weeks ago,
so.
something like that. When we were blessed with Big Mo's presence in the
Yeah.
central Pennsylvania area again,
Yes.
which was a good time, and it was great to actually see everybody face to face for a couple of
Yes.
hours.
Yeah, so everybody knows we sold our house in Pennsylvania, and Rose, I told everybody when we were sitting on the deck that this would be the last guitar pull we would have, probably on the back deck, and so we should, since I was there, we should. But Rose
Yeah.
has already said that we should inform the new owners that she'll probably show up there just to play on the deck
Yep.
at some point,
Yep.
so they should be
Oh,
aware
sure.
that she.
Don't mind me. I'll just walk up the
Yep.
back porch and
The same way we always have.
get me
The
a
neighbors
beer.
will
I'll
the
be
neighbors
fine.
will tell them, "Oh no, this is just something that happens."
Yeah, your other neighbors know us, so
Exactly.
they'll be like, fine.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do, and they'll be fine. They won't have a problem with it at all.
It's a very laid
Um,
back neighborhood.
Let's since we're talking about State College, and that was kind of my adopted hometown, even though I wasn't from there. Let's talk about your hometown for a second, Rose.
Okay.
Let's play
Happy to.
my
My
hometown.
hometown.
This is a little bit we do with everybody who comes
Oh, all
on.
right. Oh, it's a game.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
it's a game.
Yeah, it's a game, and there's a prize involved. So if you get 2 out of 3 correct, you will be graced with a lovely little Look, it's kind of like being
Like
at
the
the
first.
first, but it's a little bit
Being at the
different, right?
first.
So
But with training wheels on the side.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So we're gonna give you a chance to take a shot at that. So we looked up your hometown, Millmont Park, and
Wilmot
we
Park.
found out that doesn't
No.
exist. You made that up. So we can't find
It's
that.
not,
Like
it's not there anymore.
I'm pretty sure
No.
I'm pretty sure Millmont Park has been absorbed into some other
Yes,
entity.
probably.
So,
Right.
but you told me it was in Delaware County, so we've decided that
Yes.
we're going to call Delaware County.
Okay, fair
It's a
enough.
little bit bigger than Millmont Park, but we're going
By
to
the way-
call that your hometown.
You want to say Delaware County? Yeah. So anyway, go ahead.
Well, we'll get there, yeah, for sure. But we were going to put up the 1860 map and tell you to point to where you think your house was now. But Joan said that was not right. She said I couldn't do that to you.
Well, my
So-
my next neighbor's house was older than that, so I could find their house.
Oh well, there you go.
not mine.
See,
No.
it is one of the oldest counties in America, so it's actually pretty historical. But we're going to give you 3 questions. Jason's going to keep score here for us, and if you get 2 out of 3, we will send you your lovely gift.
Okay.
So the very first question is, what is the shortened colloquialism for Delaware County?
Delco.
Delco.
Yep.
That's correct.
I'm from Delco.
Jason, how many does she have right at this
She
point?
has 1 at this point.
All right, very good.
They're only
All right.
a third of the way there, though.
Starting to shit.
The second question is a little bit harder, but I think
Okay.
you'll know it. Who were the original inhabitants of Delaware County?
The original inhabitants.
And I will give you a hint if you need one. There was an amusement park when I was growing up that was named after these original inhabitants. A very small amusement park with a pool, bumper cars, a couple other things. And I think that was actually in Chester County, but it was named for these original inhabitants.
Lenape. Then that.
Right. You
is that
got
it?
it. You're
There's
there
like 2
halfway there.
L's. Lenape.
Right.
Then starts with
Jason,
Lenape.
it's the
Yeah,
Jason,
we're
you'll have
back
to-
down.
you'll have
Back
to-
that down to 1.5.
Yeah,
all right,
starts
so
with
it's the
one and a
Lenni
half on
Lenape,
that.
right? The Lenni
Lenni
Lenape
Lenape.
Native American tribe, right?
Lenape.
All right, and then
Lenape.
here's your third and final question. Jason
Okay.
has you at 1.5 at this point, so
Yeah,
we'll see if
half
you
a
can
point.
get this one right. This
Okay.
one's a little tricky.
Oh,
The
that was already hard.
waterways in Delaware County, generally flow in a southerly direction and empty into
Ew.
what river?
Well, I'm thinking they empty into the Delaware River.
That is correct.
And if you're
So-
from Delco, you know those waterways are called cricks. Just so you know.
That is
Make my-
correct. They
that's
are
my
cricks.
bonus
Yep.
questions. Yeah. the
2.5.
cricks.
You got it.
There's my half point.
Yeah.
It's funny because I was going to ask you about the Brandywine Creek.
Ah, yep.
So, very good, very good. So we'll be
Awesome.
sending you along one of these
All
lovely
right. Woo,
gifts,
woo,
Yep.
that was
and you
perfect.
can
Mason
tell
jar
Rob
with
we're
training
gonna,
wheels.
Gosh, I
you
should
can tell
have
Rob
made
we'll
it.
probably send him along one too, and we'll
Oh,
talk in a
cool.
little bit later about what you might drink out of it if we send
Okay.
one of those to both of you. So
Boy,
why don't we
okay.
get back into the music, Jason? Why don't you
Yep.
take us back into that?
Awesome. So what do you have next, Miss Rose?
I have another new song.
Another new one. Good.
Yes.
You just told us that you were not being productive during this time at home, and you got 2 new songs.
Yeah. It was the pressure of seeing you guys. So like, gotta do something. So do something besides eat. So this is a song. Actually, I didn't do the whole song over recently. I'd started it last year and I put it away. So I sort of brought it up and tried to finish it out. So it's called Indigo Blue, and
Nice.
the genesis for the song was a couple of years ago. Good friends of ours, the Hesketh's oldest daughter, Molly Rose, got married, and it was I think it was July. It was a 95% humidity that day. It was an outdoor wedding. And then it rained. And we're like, oh, great, it's going to break. No, then it became 100% humidity for the rest of the wedding. And so they had to move it under where they were going to have the reception under roof, but still outside. So they kind of did move some tables around so we'd have an aisle to go up to the minister. And by luck's chance, my table was right on that aisle, so I like had a front row seat for this wedding. Because usually weddings you're facing the wrong way, like turning your head, like I can't see anybody. And so it was wonderful. And when Tom and Molly first stepped out to the aisle, and looking at them both, and they both have these beautiful blue eyes, and their faces were just breathtaking. And that's what led to this song. So it's called Indigo Blue. He remembers the day they first brought her home, a bundle of pink, now a woman full grown. They walked down the aisle, something gold, something new, with a tear in each eye of indigo blue. Indigo blue, love when it's new, a summer night sky, two hearts beating true, soon faded and worn, a little bit torn, but better than new, and deeper than indigo blue. He taught her to dance, her feet on his shoes. Now she's off and running, her own steps to choose. When to let go, what's the right thing to do? Love's hardest color is indigo blue. Indigo blue, love when it's new, a summer night sky, two hearts beating true, soon faded and worn, a little bit torn, but better than new, and deeper than indigo blue. Roller skates, bicycles, keys to the car, half of his money and all of his heart. He kisses her cheek and says, I love you. Happiness turns to indigo blue. Indigo blue, love when it's new, a summer night sky, two hearts beating true, so faded and worn, a little bit torn, but better than new, and deeper than indigo blue, deeper than indigo blue.
That is awesome.
That
Thank
is
you.
a beautiful song, Rose. Very
Thank
nicely
you.
done.
Thank you, Matt.
Holy cow.
And knowing the players in
fun.
the story, it is perfectly appropriate and a wonderful tribute.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
nice.
Thank you
Have
for the
they heard that
inspiration.
yet?
Yeah,
No,
Have they heard?
no, that's the public debut right there. So
Maybe they'll hear it here. That would be
that's pretty cool.
that would be pretty cool.
cool. Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
yeah, it was a touching time. So I had to do something, and I needed a little inspiration because it only takes a little bit of inspiration to get going.
It's a beautiful song. Hey,
Thank you, guys.
Roger Tharp commented here. Jason, do you see his comment?
Yes,
there?
I do. He had the Lenni Lenape Indian Native American tribe. Sorry, but yes. So Roger, because you got the right answer, can you forward your address to the folks here, and you may have your own first glass with training wheels.
You could just send it just to us. He'll be here. Roger's part of our quarantine crowd. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so we're good.
So send 2 to Rose.
Yeah.
We're going to send 3 now.
Yeah, there.
right?
Wow.
3.
3.
Yeah, okay.
Send 4 so Rose can be there with 2.
Yes, that's right. Gotta stay balanced.
I just want to. I want to talk. We'll get back to the drinking out of the. They could be. the brewery has these too, so we could.
That's
you know,
true.
Yes.
we should throw a shout out to the brewery on that also.
That's
because
right.
You could
That's
be
right.
drinking these at the brewery as well.
That's true.
Let's let's put that slate up on how you get on the show here, Joan.
Yeah.
So she's going to put this slate up. So if you're a singer songwriter and you'd like to join us for an episode, all you have to do is email us at weirdpros.com. By the way, www.weirdpros.com. That's our website. You can watch all the shows on there. We have a show archive. So if you want to be on the episode, email us though at weirdpros.com. Send us links to your music, a good email, and your phone number. And if we like what we hear, we'll be in touch. Here's some things to think about though. No tracks. We want you to perform it live and in the raw. It's about the song, not the production. So we want to hear how you wrote the song, right? Unless you are quarantining together at this point, we prefer solo until this crap is over. If you're opening up in an area, we'll talk about that and we can see if we can spread you out a little bit, but do something. Remember, the internet isn't instantaneous, so even though our platform is absolutely excellent, we are on StreamYard. We can't really do duets from two different places because there is a little bit of a lag.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of latency there.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, we learned the
All right.
latency issue when we tried to do some shout outs for Michael Saletta. It just came in like a
Sletta. We were the late chorus. Michael.
Yes.
It was not exactly
I was
right.
I was like, what is going on with those guys?
it's drunken crowd singing along.
Yeah. For those of you watching, make sure you're sharing, make sure you're liking. You know, if you have comments, throw them up there. We're happy to, you know, if you put something witty and pithy up there, we might give you a shout out on the air because we do that.
Pithy.
And if you like what you hear, definitely tell us. That's what we want to hear. I think what we're going to move to next is Jason has a new song, and I think we're gonna give Rose a break, give her a chance to get off camera for a second, get a drink, tune a little bit, whatever she needs to do, and we're going to hear Jason's new song coming up. So Jason, why don't you tell us what you're going to do?
Well, so obviously a new song. It was just one of those things that the solitary time made me think about a lot of stuff in general. It's kind of, as most of my stuff is, very personal, and it deals with a lot of me, as boring as that might be. But it's a song called My Fabric. I was cut from a bolt of Irish linen, stained with the dirt from my whole family till a badge of red bent to a swatch of Union blue gave us a patch of land where we could grow. The rails rolled through and soot covered our heads as machines came to toil in our land. When the only sun broke ranks, gathered green cloth for the bags, changed the very path our family knew. Each generation brings the thread to stitch together families when they wed. In the dark night I cling tightly to the blanket of my family, and so together, fabric of my life. My daddy chose a starched white doctor's coat, but passed to me the song's blue collars wrote. I weave with silver strings, and I married a tapestry. Together we knit another row. Each generation brings a thread to stitch together families when they wed. Each night I cling tightly to the blanket of my family, and so together, fabric of my life. As I look into my children's eyes,
hope it comes to them as no surprise. The future is unknown, their story yet to be sown. My hope is that they feel a brighter light. Each generation brings the thread that stitch together families when they wed. In the dark night I cling tightly to the blanket of my family, and so together, fabric of my life. Each dark night I cling tightly to the blanket of my family, and so together, fabric of my life.
Yes.
Wow. Nice, Jason.
Thank you. It's been really interesting the last I guess say 10 weeks. Hearing and being inspired by the multitudes of guests and styles that we've had going on. I was able to just kind of sit down and look at some stuff, and so I thank everybody who's been here, you two, as people who've let me see something. So thank you.
I love that
Can
line.
I tell you something?
Go ahead, Mo.
In my opinion, which counts for nothing, but it's still my opinion, that is the best song you've written, pal. That is a good song. Yeah. Rose, what do you think?
Oh, I love that line. I weave with silver strings and
Yeah.
married a tapestry. I like that.
Yeah, I started into it, and I started, when I become more familiar with it and I'm able to play it, I would like the cadence. I'm trying to replicate a loom, so it's the process of a life. So,
Sure.
That is awesome, man.
That's beautiful.
I'm
That's
just
beautiful.
telling you, that is fantastic. That's a fantastic song. And as we talked before, when you write a new song, it takes a while until you learn how to play it, because you grow into it. No, you grow into it
No, it's
musically,
Yeah.
and you change your cadences. You find other moments. I mean, one of the cool things about music is that if you go and see a band do a song live, you're probably not going to hear the song you thought you were about to hear, because it has to
Hope
grow.
not.
It has to
Sure.
grow. If it doesn't grow, it's like it's not. That's not the way music is. So it's very
Sure.
interesting when that happens, and I love
Right.
it.
Well,
We're going to get Rose to do another one here in just a second. I just want to talk about at the top of the show on our standby slate. You don't have to show anything, Joan. We note Frost and Con as a sponsor, and we're really happy to have them on board. They write insurance in several states. You can look them up. But if anyone else is interested in sponsoring us and helping us out, some of this we don't actually make any money, but some of it does cost us a little bit of money, and we just like be able to cover some of those costs. But if you're interested, you can get in touch with us, and we'll certainly sit down and talk to you about what we can possibly do. So Jason, I'll throw it back to you for some more music here.
yeah, awesome. So Miss Rose, what do we have next?
Oh,
What
well,
can you tell us about it?
is my mic on? Okay, I think I'm
Yep.
muted. I'm going to do a song I did the last time I was on, because it's around dinner time, and
Oh,
it's some places, so I thought maybe
there we go.
I'd start with my little appetizer there.
Yeah, we're approaching
With the
5 o'clock in Denver.
Yes, oh yes, in the mountains. So this song is called Beer for Dinner. Happy hour, but that's not how I feel. But 2 for 1 is a mighty good deal. So I meet my friends down at the bar. But after that, I'm not going too far. I'm having beer beer for dinner. And beer for dessert. Beer for dinner. And beer for dessert. And an after dinner beer to drown out the hurt of you leaving me. Make it a Pilsner, a lager, or an IPA. Whatever it takes to wash this pain away. Give me beer for dinner and beer for dessert. Now some of my friends are craft beer connoisseurs. But me, I'm happy with a draft or a bottle of Coors Light. Wine makes me sleepy and gin gets me sick. I love me tequila, but I don't need the kick. So give me beer for dinner and beer for dessert. I know someday I'll get over you, but for now I'm staying right here in this stool till the memories fade and start to get a murky. Living on beer and dollar beef jerky. Well, wine makes me sleepy and gin gets me sick. I love me tequila, but I don't need the kick. So give me beer for dinner and beer for dessert. One more round of beer for dinner and beer for dessert. There you go.
What are you doing there? You're empty.
I'm empty.
You put the pressure on Jason now.
It's sadness in the land.
This is what happens when you get quarantined. You can't get out to get that beer for dinner.
We
Know
got
what I'm saying?
yeah. Well, my son started camp this week, so I've been running back and
Right.
forth to that. I know, and it
Alright.
looks so good and refreshing.
You know, I always
And the
like
mountains are
playing.
blue.
I always like playing the guitar with you on that and doing the little riffs and stuff because it's a great song to do that on because there's so many opportunities to just do fills and little
Yeah.
things there. I mean, it's amazing. It's so much fun to play, and I
It's-
like the song. It's like
Yeah,
a good,
it's a great
it's a
song.
solid, yeah.
Well, it's fun.
Um,
It's fun. There's
and-
again, my music did not scroll, so I was like, I know there's a different chord here, a cool passing chord. So it wasn't that one that I played.
It wasn't that one. Somebody once
yeah,
told me that
lot of
if you
fun.
play, that if you're playing and you play a note and it's not exactly the right note and you get to the other one fast enough, it's just a transition note, so
Yeah,
it's
there you
okay.
go. It's
It'll
all
be fine.
transition.
Get there.
So, but this takes us to our lead-in for our other little bit that we do. It's called "What Are You Drinking?" So, what are you drinking there,
Well-
Rose? What do you got?
Tonight I am drinking a Coors Light from, I think at some time it was in Colorado. Maybe not the whole beer, but it's like drinking water.
Yeah,
That's all I can
With
say
a
about
kick.
it.
why we have
For the
to,
kick.
which is why we're
Yes.
going to have to find you another beer, Rose. Why did you
Yeah,
not have
I-
that chocolate?
Oh, the hard coffee or
Some sweet
Yep.
baby Jesus would be good right about now.
Rob was out in Western Pennsylvania and then I guess up New York, and he came back with some really cool craft beer, but he brought me the Coors Light, so maybe he's keeping.
Oh,
it
there
for
you
himself.
go.
Well,
So-
maybe
well,
he
you know,
could
we
have.
can't.
He could have in fact brought you something a little more potent.
Yes, yeah,
That
he could
would
have
have been. Because what exactly does Rob use to power his blenders these days?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
for those who don't know, my husband has a hobby of making machines,
Industrial
machines.
industrial drink
blender.
blenders.
Yeah, it started after he went to Mexico, said, "Oh, I really like margaritas," and broke a couple blenders, and then worked to slow down the food processor, and he got really frustrated with the quality of grinding ice, so he started going to an industrial level using a food. What do you call those things?
Garbage disposal, right?
Garbage disposal. Thank you. And now he's up to like 3/4 horsepower, I think. And he's got now his
Meanwhile,
latest one,
yeah. Meanwhile, you have the replication of James Dean throwing ice out of the ice house from
Yes.
loading
So we've got-
loading the garbage disposal blender.
Yeah, so we're up to 3/4 horsepower, and there's two of them. So we can do multiple drinks. So in addition to the margarita, he's now brought on the release valve, which is an old Penn State train station drink. So
Right.
and we test drove that one.
And what
on
exactly
the
is that made of? They're tasty as whatnot. but
I hate to give away the recipe, but it's
the
vodka,
base, just the vodka. Okay.
It's
rum,
fruity. Yeah.
Okay.
pineapple juice, grenadine.
Nice.
And
nice.
it's and it has, because of the pineapple juice, it eventually separates as the evening goes on. It gets this nice fluffy stuff on top, and you drink that, and then you finally get past that, and then it's like it's a wonderful kick.
It is a
kick in the caboose at that point. Yeah. So
and the caboose is where you used to get those out in
That's
front
right.
of the train
That was
station,
the
right?
fun.
They used to
That was
have the
the
little
fun.
bar there. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I was hoping I had a picture of it, but I don't. So, but just imagine.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
I just get visuals of exactly how this hobby is going to manifest itself into this Harley behind the bar that has
Yes.
these twin blenders that shoot out
Yes.
one drink, margaritas on one side and release valves on the other side. I think.
Oh, it's
Well,
gonna
the machine
happen.
he brought over, the new version he brought over at New Year's to the house, I mopped for 2 days back behind the bar. So it was
Too powerful.
it's definitely industrial. You need like the bar mats down back there and stuff. It's pretty crazy. It's like
He's changed.
It's nuts.
He's changed some of the tubing in it, so it's a little
All right.
more under control.
I'm
But,
not complaining. I'm just saying
Yeah.
it was funny because I was like, oh my god, it was
Yeah.
like it was just amazing. I'm still on the Tennessee Brew Works here.
Okay, wildwood
we
flower.
haven't
Oh,
gotten back
cool.
over there lately. Yeah, this one's kind of cool. It's like a hippie beer, right? It's got the wildwood
Yeah.
flower on there.
Well, no, I think of that as a country
the,
beer.
the Carter family would be
Yeah.
happy, and
Yep.
so it's good. Yeah. So let's Joan, could you just throw the John Prine thing up there one more time? Right
Yeah.
after our show, about a half hour from now, they're doing a tribute to John Prine on YouTube, and I think it's on Facebook. I can't remember what the other platform, but I think it is. It's called Picture Show. And if you can catch it, I strongly advise it. Everybody's going to be on this show. It's going to be crazy. And once again, just to you can't understate it enough. John Prine, probably, if not the greatest, one of the greatest American songwriters ever.
Sure.
Yeah. So
And so influential.
very influential, and
Very
definitely. I don't know. He's influenced me. I don't know about you guys, but
Oh, absolutely.
Entire market.
yeah,
and
absolutely.
hands
Yeah.
down.
Um,
Awesome.
Since we're on the drinking kick, I thought that since we still have a little bit of time here,
So what do
I
you
would
got
go
for
ahead
us, Mo?
and do us. Oh yeah, let's do next week first. Let's let
Yeah,
us know, let's let
yeah.
everybody know who's on next week. So thanks to my producer for reminding me. That's my wife Joan. This is Darcy. She'll be on with us next week. She's a very young songwriter, right, Jason?
Yeah, she's a very young songwriter. She's
Yeah.
from Central Illinois, so she's
Yeah,
got some
so it'll
good
be.
stuff in
This
it.
is going to be an interesting show. She's, she's got some stuff on Spotify and all of the digital download sites, so you guys will be able to check it out. But she's an up and comer, and we're happy to have her on the show next week. So, all right, let's go back. So I didn't tune my guitar, so this is going to be out of tune, and that's the way it goes because I really wasn't expecting to play tonight anyway. So, but I'm going to stick with the drinking theme. The beer for dinner theme. This is a song that took me about 8 years to write just because I couldn't figure out how to use the words. A young lady came up to me at a bar, and actually it was the first, and pushed me out of the way when we were on a break. And she went up to the bar and ordered 10 or 12 shots. And I just kind of looked over at her, and she turned to me and she said, "It ain't my birthday, but I'm drinking like it is." And so I wrote that down in my little book. At that time, I didn't have a phone, like a cell phone at that time, but that's how long ago this was. But this is called It Ain't My Birthday, but I'm drinking like it is. I was holding down my favorite spotted bobbies when they passed that old Washburn around. I saw that redhead looking through me, so I fired up my latest Nashville sound. Well, she staggered as she wandered over to me and asked if she could have a slow gin fizz. She said this might sound a little funny. It ain't my birthday, but I'm drinking like it is. Well, you might say that doesn't ring poetic. We've all had nights that sound like this. You can put that tap on automatic. It ain't my birthday, but I'm drinking like it. You can sing me happy birthday if it helps you cope with this. I'll just order 2 release valves. It ain't my birthday, but I'm drinking like it. Gave that girl a ride downtown, dropped her off at Rippy's bar. She was giggling like an old hyena as she tumbled right out of my car. Then she leaned back and whispered to me as she blew a little kiss like this. As she walked away, I heard her sing, it ain't my birthday, but I'm drinking like it is. Well, you might, that doesn't ring poetic. We've all had nights that sound like this. You can put that tap on automatic. It ain't my birthday, but I'm drinking like it. It ain't my birthday, but I'm drinking like it. It ain't my birthday, but I'm drinking like it is.
It ain't my
All right.
birthday.
Drinking like it is. Nice, Mo.
Oh, you guys are too funny.
Oh, it's
my
nice
God.
to have the
No,
band
thank
back
you
together.
for coming by. Yeah, this. So for those of you who don't know, we do when we're in the same place all at the same time. We do play together as the Red Dirt Poets. We do have some stuff on. We have one song. No, we have 2 songs, I think, on Spotify. 3 songs. I
Do
don't
we?
know.
Okay.
And we have some stuff on YouTube that you can go watch. The YouTube stuff is generally hasn't really been technically released, so a couple of those are Rose's songs on there, and they're not on any other platform, so you'll have to go watch them on YouTube. But they're
Great songs.
It's probably the coolest song we ever recorded is the one Rose wrote. So it's called Truck Stops and Barstools.
Yeah.
And it is
That's a good one.
absolutely the coolest song. I always feel like I am like that song is right where the Red Dirt Poets belong, and it's
I like
very
the
nice.
slide,
So,
the slide guitar on it. That's the part I
yeah,
like.
we have a little lap steel in there that only took
Yeah.
like 60, 70 takes. So
Yeah, that's cool.
so
Looks like a
it's,
simple
it's
instrument. Yeah.
it's not a simple instrument to play. But Rose, we always love you. You are always welcome here.
Thank you.
As I said, eventually maybe we'll do a show that is literally a guitar pull online. So we'll just come on and take turns going down the line. We might be able to get another we can do. I think I can put 6 people up at a time. So we might be able to get some other people, previous guests that we've had on, and do it
Okay,
as a
that'd be
guitar
cool.
pull all together. And I think that would
Okay.
be kind of fun. We're talking about that concept, and we would definitely want you on that show.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
I'd
think it would be a
love
lot
it.
of fun.
Yeah, that would be a lot of
sounds
fun.
really cool. That So we just
Yeah.
pretend to pass the guitar. Here's your guitar. Just
Exactly. You will just
Right.
it will magically morph into a different
Yeah.
Different
guitar, but
guitar.
it'll be really
it's like,
cool.
ooh, like that wipe thing people do now. Whoa, it's a Martin. It's a Gibson. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, that'd be awesome. You've had some
So
good
other
people on,
than-
Mo. Really enjoyed the shows. You know, I appreciate your
We've
having
been
me on.
lucky.
It's-
Yeah, we've been
Yeah.
lucky. And I do want to remind everyone about last week's show. It was a very special show. We kind of went off the beaten path in terms of our format, but having Charles Dumas on and having him talk about what was going on with us and tying it into his musically historical perspective
Right.
was amazing.
And the family and the family story. So it was, it
Sure.
fit right in with our general model, but we were able
Right.
to actually move towards at least a common conversation that needs to be had.
Right. So we really appreciate that, and we appreciate you again. Say hi to Rob for us.
I shall. I shall.
yeah.
I'm sorry you couldn't get you that picture, but next time.
No, but you know what? You could probably go to the creamery on campus and get some dry ice when they open up. You could probably pack us some release valves in the dry ice and send them
Good
down to us.
idea.
So we'd be okay with that. We'd be there. We'd be there. It'd be good.
You'd be opening up thinking, oh, this is going to be this grilled sticky ice cream, and it's a release valve. That'd be cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
Well, when
definitely
we
look forward to it.
can, I'll keep that in. I'll put that on the back burner there, for sure.
Okay. Well, once again, we really appreciate you being on.
Thank you.
Stick
you.
around in the studio with us for another
Okay.
5 minutes or so we can do a
Sure.
post chat. But
Okay.
folks, thanks for tuning in today. You've heard some wonderful songs, and I've heard some songs for the first time today from folks that I know. And these were original songs that we've never heard before. That's what this show is about. If you're a singer-songwriter, you want to come on with us, get in touch with us. It's just weird@weirdpros.com. It's not really that hard. So that's about it for tonight. Just remember, as Hunter S. Thompson said, when the going gets weird.
The weird turned pro.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a great one.
Bye bye.
See you next week.
See ya.